You know, have you ever stopped to think that there's this hidden force right under our feet? A totally unsung hero that has quietly built our entire world from the very beginning. It's a material so common, so everywhere, that we've kind of gone blind to its incredible, epic story. So today, let's uncover the soul of the Earth.
It sounds like a riddle, doesn't it? I mean, you've got three completely different things from different times, different places. What could they possibly have in common? Well, believe it or not, they all share the exact same humble origin. They're all born from the same ancient dust.
That's it. Sand. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We're not just talking about the stuff you find on a beach. We're talking about the silent main character of our entire history. It really is the soul of the Earth. And its story? Well, its story is our story.
To really get our heads around this, we have to go back. I mean, way, way back. Back to when the Earth was young and fiery, and the very first mountains were pushed up from its crust, like these giant scars of creation.
For millions and millions of years, the planet was just doing its thing, performing this quiet, patient art. You had wind and you had rain, and they were just relentless, constantly whispering against that ancient rock, cracking it, carving it, in this incredibly slow process of creation through destruction.
Just try to picture it. Every single drop of rain was like a tiny sculpture. Every gust of wind was a chisel, slowly, grain by grain, turning these massive mountains into dust. Each tiny piece of sand that was born from this was a fragment of eternity, a little memory of fire and pressure and unbelievable amounts of time.
But here's where the story gets really interesting, because not all sand is the same. As it traveled down rivers and settled on the ocean floor, it developed different personalities. Those clear quartz grains, they held the future of glass and silicon. The dark, heavy, iron-rich sands, they were destined to become steel. And the sand from crushed shells and coral, well, that would one day become the cement that binds our cities. Each type had its own destiny, a different world to build.
So, for most of human history, sand was just ground, the stuff we walked on. But then, one day, our curiosity met fire, and we accidentally unlocked the very first of sand's incredible secrets.
And the amazing thing is, it all started with a mistake. Around 4000 BCE, some potters in Egypt accidentally got sand in their kilns and, boom, they created this magical new substance. It was like light trapped in stone. And that one little accident led directly to the Romans making windows and eventually, centuries later, to Galileo's telescope. We literally used melted sand to get our first real glimpse of the cosmos.
But sand wasn't just about making beautiful things or seeing farther. It also held the secret to unbelievable strength. So while one kind of sand was being shaped into delicate glass, a totally different kind, on the other side of the world, was being forged into the most deadly weapons anyone had ever seen.
And this quest for strength really hit its peak in Japan. See, swordsmiths there figured out that the black iron sand they found in riverbeds could be smelted down to create tamahagane, a steel so pure it was almost unbelievable. When they folded that steel thousands of times, it became the soul of the legendary katana blade. Unmatched sharpness, unmatched strength. Sand had learned how to defend and how to kill.
So we have beauty and we have blades. But sand had an even bigger, more fundamental job to do. It was destined to become the literal glue that would hold human civilization together. And the recipe? It was so simple it's almost funny. You just take sand, you mix it with lime, you add some water, and you get mortar. This one simple invention was the key. It unlocked architecture on a massive scale and let us build bigger, higher, and stronger than we ever could before.
With this simple formula, we started building things that could defy time itself. First up, the Great Pyramids of Giza. All those massive stones are held in place by that simple, sand-based mortar. We built walls so long they stretched across entire continents, like the Great Wall of China. Every single brick bound to the next by this humble mixture. And that exact same idea, just evolved into modern concrete, is the only reason our cities look the way they do today. Every single skyscraper, every bridge, every highway. It's all just a forest of frozen sand.
Okay, so for thousands of years, sand physically built our world. But in the 20th century, we asked it to do something even crazier. We asked it to think. This right here, this is the climax of the story. This is where sand makes its greatest leap.
So scientists figured out that if you take pure quartz sand and you heat it up to an absolutely insane 2000 degrees Celsius, you could pull out pure silicon. And this wasn't about building things anymore. This was about controlling the flow of electricity itself. This pure silicon was the magic ingredient. It's what we call a semiconductor. Basically, it's a material that can be a conductor or an insulator. Think of it like a light switch with no moving parts, a way to control electricity with perfect precision. And that was the foundation for everything that came next.
And the revolution that followed was just breathtakingly fast. We went from the very first transistor in 1947 to the integrated circuit just over 10 years later. And from there, it was a lightning-fast ride to where we are now. The entire world of supercomputers, smartphones, and now artificial intelligence, it all started right there. The dust from ancient mountains had learned how to calculate, how to remember, and how to connect the entire planet.
So, what a journey, right? Sand has gone from a mountain's breath to a warrior's blade, from a cathedral's foundation to a robot's mind. But as we look ahead to our future, we are facing a very, very strange problem.
Here's the paradox. The world is covered in sand. It's everywhere, but we are running out of it. And you're probably thinking, how is that possible? Well, the specific kinds of sand, the quartz sand we need for concrete and for silicon chips, that's a finite resource, and we are using it up way faster than the Earth can make it. Our most basic building block is becoming a precious commodity.
I think this one thought just captures the entire, incredible story so perfectly. The universe carved it, man shaped it, and now, through silicon, sand dreams again.
So the next time you pick up your phone, just take a second and remember what you're really holding. It's not just some glass and silicone. It's the last breath of a mountain that stood millions of years ago. You're literally holding the memory of the Earth, the silent architect of everything we've ever done. And the only question left is, what are we going to build with it next?